back. Let's see if we can look up at the screen and see where everybody else is at. Look, we pull up KD's view. I can see KD running fourth, JD running third. In the bottom right-hand corner, Jay's falling back to that fifth position. We're going to pull up here on the top left-hand screen, and you're going to get a view of heat race number one from Hunter on the pole. So it's going to be Hunter on the Womp is going to drive by up on the outside and take the lead here from Hunter as he's going to try to run that top group. Hunter down here on the bottom, his first race here at the BCRL. So let's see if he can show his worth here, see if he can get something here in his first heat race. So it's Hunter down on the bottom, Wampus on the outside. Let's see who that is in that third position. There we go. It looks like that's Bike there back in fourth, and up top there in the third position. So we got Hunter up top, Wampus here. Top three, get the old blanket over the top. All three of them right here. The top two going to go to the redraw. So let's see if you can get into the top two right now. Right now, Hunter doing a good job in his first heat race here with BCRL. He's holding on to the lead right there. You can see up top trying to make a move up underneath Wampus for that second position. Wampus trying to make that top work. That bottom's going to be a little bit dominant, but he's doing a good job on that top, holding that second position. We look down here at the other screen. If we look up at the heat race up in the top right-hand corner of the screen, you see Brap leading heat race number one. Down on the bottom, we see Jay's falling back to fifth. Let's see if we can find anybody else up here. I can look up at that other heat race number three, and I can see Katie's first and Moldy's second. And it looks like Johnny might be in the lead of that, but we'll get back here to heat race number two, which is on your screen right now. And it's still Hunter out in front doing a great job leading this heat race. Up top's taking second, Wampus in third. Looks like Bike has settled into that fourth position. And it looks like that may be, I'm not sure who that 14 car is. We're just kind of still learning all the new cars here, so we don't really have a cheat sheet. So we're going to get to the finish here on heat race number three, and that's going to be Johnny, Moldy, KD, Wade, another newcomer to the BCRL, is going to take fourth in his first heat race. JD and Rusted, that's going to be the finish for heat race number three. You can see it down in your bottom right-hand corner of your screen. We get back to heat race number two. They got about a couple laps left to go in that. And we look back up at heat race number one up in the top right corner. We got Brap leading that one. We can look at the other screen and see Hype's running second. We're going to get back down here to heat race number two, and it's still Hunter leading this heat race. His first race here, he's going to take the win. It looks like he's going to try to take the win here. He's got about one more lap to go as they're coming around here for the white flag lap. Coming up for the checker down the back straight. They got half a racetrack to go through 3 and 4, and it's Hunter up top and Wampus, your top three here in heat race number two, and that's how they're going to finish. So heat race number two is going to get this loaded up here. Heat race number two is going to be Hunter up top, Wampus, Bike, Dylan, and Hucky. Hucky, that's going to be your top. That's going to be your 6 drivers there from heat race number two. Good race there. Good showing for Hunter in his first BCRL race. And then we'll jump back over to heat race number one. So we still got Brap leading this. Goonies has now moved up to second. Goonies moved up to second there in that heat race, and Hype is now in third. So I don't really have it up on the screen, but you can see from the top right, you can see the view from Brap's car, and they're going to finish right there. And that's going to be the finisher in heat race number one. It's Brap, Goonies, Kiwi. Hype is going to be the top 4 from heat race number one. Badge and White Boy, they're going to round out the top 6 there. So we're also in charge of getting the lineups here and getting all the finishes. So we'll get this going here real quick. So I think I lost somebody out of heat race number 2, but we'll grab that result real fast. All right, so they're getting ready to line up the modified heat race, or excuse me, they're getting ready to line up the super heat races right now as we're getting the results here for the UMPs. And let's see, we'll get this heat races. So let's see, where are we at here? Wampus Hype, there we go. So we're just grabbing these results because we got to get the lineup going too. So we're kind of announcing, doing the lineups, doing a little bit of everything here. So, hey guys, can I pause you for just a second? I think I missed somebody out of the results from heat race number 2. I had Hunter up top, Wampus, Bike, and then Dylan, and then Hucky. Was that the 6, or was there 7 in that heat race? Is that correct? All right, thank you for that. All right. So we are going to get the lineup set up for get the results in here from the heat races, then we'll do our random pill draw. So let's see what we got here. So yeah, we're just getting this lined up here. So give us just a second. We're getting lined up here for the super heat races. We're gonna have Jay, Wampus, Brap, Wade, Badge, Dylan, and Katie running heat number 1. Heat number 2 is gonna be White Boy, Cart. I think Cart didn't show, so that's gonna be Kiwi, Hype, Hucky, Up Top, and Goonies. And we're just trying to find another stream here. I do not have a stream for heat race number 3. Oh, Nova's got his up. I'll grab his. Never mind. All right. All right, so who are we going to have here? We're going to have, let's see if we can grab, it's like all my streamers are, let's see here. All right, we're getting ready to start the super heat races. Sorry for the pause there. We're just kind of getting things lined up, getting some other streams up here. So we are going to have Wampus and Brap here in these cross corners. We're not going to have a view from heat race number 2. We got it up on our other screen here. Let me see if I can grab it fast enough. I don't think I'm going to be able to, but so we were starting up in heat race. I need to get into one of these lobbies here real quick. This heat race number 2. All right, we'll jump into heat race number 2 since we don't have a stream for us open. The top right hand corner, we've got Wampus and Brap here. Brap on the front pole, on the pole for that heat race. Wampus up on the outside, so we can see Brapper trying to make a run there. That's heat race number 1 with Jay on the pole. Jay and Wampus leading that right now in heat race number 1. We look down at heat race number 3. We just pulled up heat race number 2. So we'll see if we can see. It looks like is that Moldy out in front. It looks, no, it's Kiwi. Kiwi. I didn't mean to sound disappointed when I said your name, Kiwi. Sorry about that. But Kiwi out in front here, leading heat race number 2. Heat race number 1, you can see up in the top right corner, getting a little situated here. So it looks like Wampus is taking the lead in that one. Jay and Brap going to be in heat race number 2. I look down here at heat race number 3, and it looks like that may be Johnny out in front. We're looking at the view from Rusted's car right there. I don't have a view from Johnny, but we'll go back here to heat race number 1. It looks like Kiwi might have caught the wall there. And the Hype's going to take the lead in that heat race. It's going to be, look up in the top left-hand corner of the screen. We have Hype, Kiwi, and up top, the top three there in heat race number 2. Kiwi, looks like Kiwi kind of got in the fence there a little bit again, kind of scrubbed off some speed. And is going to let up top get up underneath them there for second. But Kiwi gets a good run off the corner and holds on to it. So it's Hype, Kiwi, and up top here battling out for the top 3. Top 2 go to the redraw for the feature here in the Supers. That's your top left-hand corner right there, the screen we're looking at right now. That's heat race number 2. Heat race number 1 looks like we still have Wampus out in front, Jay and Brap. And then down here in the bottom right-hand corner, I can't quite tell who's leading that one. All I got a view is from KD, who's running in 7th. And heat race down here, it looks like we've got Bike leading that one down here in the bottom right-hand corner. So Bike, Moldy, and Rusted, the top 3 down here in heat race number 2, I believe that is. We're just trying to cover as many of them as we can, but we get back to this screen up here in the top left-hand corner. And then that is going to be, let's see who finished in that one there. So that's going to be Hype winning that one. So heat race number, let's see if I can get my heat races number right. So that's going to be heat race number 2. That was already ran through, and that's going to be Hype, Kiwi, up top Goonies, White Boy Hucky, with Hype and Kiwi going to the redraw. We look over at heat race number 1. Wampus is leading that one right now. They got one lap left to go. You can see in the top right corner of the screen, you can see Wampus is down here in the bottom left. He's going to take the win right there, and it's going to be Wampus, Jay, Brap. Your top 3 there in heat race number 1. Dylan, KD, Wade, and Badge. So Wampus and JD going to the redraw. We jump back over to the same screen. Let's see if we can get results from. All right, so results from heat race number 3. It's going to be Johnny, Bike, Moldy, Hunter, and Nova. So we get this lineups posted up into our magical spreadsheet here. All right, let me get some pictures here real quick. All right, so give me just 1 second here, guys, just to get some pictures here real fast, and we'll get it posted up, and then we'll get the redraw gone for the UMPs. I almost got it done, so. So we're getting the results here for the Supers heat races, and then we'll get the UMP race posted up. All right, so if you guys, let me see, we're going to turn the stream on here. We're going to do the redraw for the heat races. Let me see. I guess the stream hasn't been turned on. It's always been on. It's not rigged. It's not rigged. It is not rigged. All right, so we're going to do the redraw. We're going to do the redraw for the UMPs. What? If anybody has it up, you can see that the top 6 positions are not filled right now. And we're just going to click the random button right here. That's all we're going to do, and it's going to magically fill in the top 6 spots. It didn't magically fill in anything. I broke it. I broke my sheet. What did I break? It's supposed to, I gotta manually sort this thing. Oh, here we go. I can click sort button. That's my problem. I forgot to do that. There we go. Nah, no cheating. Whatever. There it is. All right. If you watch the stream, if you go back and look, you'll see all I did was click 2 buttons. That's the lineup. It's going to be Brap on the pole, Goonies, and up top. It's your top 3. So I'm posting it right now. I'm posting it right now. Just a minute here. You're outside of row 2. What do you want? All right. So while they're getting the UMP race lined up here, we're gonna get the results put in there for the Supers. Let's see here. Let me go back over to the studio. You see me flicking around on my screens. There we go. All right. So we're gonna get the results posted in there for the Supers and get the redraw done for that while they're getting that lined up. All right, so we're going to get these results put in there for the supers while they're getting that main event lined up for the UMPs. All right, so we're just about 20 minutes into the evening. We've done through our heat races. We're getting ready to lamp the first main event, which is going to be UMP Modifieds. 40 laps, 100% race here at Jacobs. Should be a good show with the cars we have here tonight. We're going to try to bring as many different angles as we can. And let's see here. All right, so just so everybody can see it later, we're gonna also stream the results pill draw here for the redraw for the supers as well. So we're gonna throw that up on the screen here real quick. Let's see here. There we go. All right, so here's our results from our heat races. We're going to hit the random button, top two from each heat here in the redraw. We're going to hit random, and then we're going to hit sort. That's what I forgot to do last time because I'm an idiot, and I even know I set this sheet up. So there's going to be our lineup for the, that's supposed to say supers. We're going to change that to say supers. There we go. Super late model heat main event is going to be Johnny on the pole, Kiwi, Wampus Bike, J, Hype, Brap, up top, the top 8. So let's get that posted up here real quick. Posting the super feature right now. All right, we'll get this going here. So see if we can get this all done in time so we can take a good look at that UMP feature. All right, so let's get back looking at the lineup here for the UMPs. So let's see here. All right. So back to the UMP races. They're getting it lined up right now. All right. So who we have streaming here? We're going to have a view from Wampus, Brap, and Rusted down here in the bottom right-hand corner once we get to that. So lineup for your UMP feature. First race, our first league race here for the season number 12 for BCRL. We are UMP modified to Jacobs County right now for this first feature event. And we got 40 laps around the 3rd mile racetrack. So our lineup tonight, sorry if I'm looking up, you see the bottom of my fat neck, but we're looking up and it's going to be Brap on the pole. Goonies on the outside of the front row. Up top, Johnny filling up row number 2. Row number 3 is going to be Moldy and Hunter. Hunter, a newcomer to BCRL, he did a good job in his heat race, but he got a shit pill draw. Ended up having to start 6th here in the feature. Kiwi Wampus in row number 4, starting 9th. Inside of row number 5 is going to be KD and Hype Annabelle outside of row number 5, starting 10th. In the 6th row is going to be Bike and Wade. Wade, another newcomer. Badge, touch your badge, touch your badge. I don't know how to say that right. Dylan, that's going to be row number 7. Row number 8, Jay White Boy. And in the back row, Hucky starting in the 17th position. League owner and Rusted Nova starting in the back of row number. I think are they loading in here? Let's see here. All right, so they're getting ready to get lined up here. We'll get jumped in there as soon as they're ready to go. So they got a few minutes to go. So welcome to season 12 of the BCRL UMP at Jacobs County. A good field of 18 cars starting off this first race tonight. So all right, yeah, catch my breath there before we get going. So appreciate you being here. Appreciate you watching the stream. Dirty FE, thanks, buddy. Thank you for the follow. Really appreciate that. Didn't see that 10 minutes ago, but thank you. All right. All right, gentlemen. We're getting ready to start this up. They're getting ready to unpause the lobby. We're going to get in here for our first race of the season. About 12 seconds left to go. We'll jump in here and bring in as much as we can. We'll have a couple different views. And if we need to, we'll bring up some views from, let me see here. All right, so we got 7 seconds left to go. They're getting loaded in. We'll get loaded in with them. Here we go. All right. All right, so we will jump over here to the big screen to start off with. All right, so Brap on the pole. This is what people don't know about him. They like to call him Twizzlers because for some reason he likes to eat Twizzlers. So we will jump over here to the main feed for the start of this race. We'll go to the big screen, then we'll jump back over here. This screen will have top left will be our feed, top right will be Wampus's feed, bottom left is Brap's feed on the pole, bottom right is from Rusted. So we'll jump back and forth, try to bring you the best action that we can. So there's a main feed to start. I like to try to get to this view here in the front for the start. So we got Brap and Goonies here on the front row of this. Let's see if Brap can get a good run down into turn number 1. He's going to do it, but Goonies is going to hold his own up on the top. Right there back behind him is going to be up top, but Brap's going to get himself out into the front. Up top, and Goonies going after the second position. Goonies trying to force his way down on that bottom, trying if he can get, looks like he's going to get that bottom from up top. They're really tight there for second, third, and fourth. Let's see if we go over to the side view here. And it looks like we got Johnny now sneaking his nose up into that fourth position, so we're sitting there with Brap. Gooney still in that second spot. Johnny now worked his way into third up top now into that fourth spot. That's our top 4 here. Let's see if Brap can hold that bottom. It's pretty tough to pass on the top here at Jacobs County, these UMP modifieds. Brap's usually pretty consistent on the bottom here. We ran a lot of laps with him. Good feel of the cars, good view of the cars as they come through the corner right there. We'll jump back over here. We'll jump over to the quad screen here for a minute. Main feed up here in the top left. Now Brap, Goonies, Johnny, your top 3 here. Up top sitting in that fourth position. We got a view down here in the bottom left-hand corner. I think that's from Wampus's view. He's falling back to 11th here. He's trying to work his way through the field. Down here in the right-hand corner, we've got Rusted. He started 18th. He's moved up 1 spot. Oh, Goonies with a run underneath Brap right there, but he's not able to hold it off, and he's going to actually lose a little bit of ground. He's going to give Johnny a look at that bottom. Johnny's going to take it and take over that second position. See if up top's going to try to follow him through there, see if they can keep Goonies up on the top. We had a little bit of contact back there in the back. You can see it back there. They're still going. It looks good. So it's going to be Brap still holding the lead. Johnny's now worked his way into second. Up top looking up underneath Goonies there for that third position. Looks like he's going to make it work. Goonies catches the wall just a little bit, loses a little bit of momentum, and it looks like that may be, I think that might be Hunter working his way up here into fifth, of trying to get himself into position here, getting a fight for this battle for the top 4 spots as well. We'll scroll back here. Here's Kiwi back here running. I'm not sure exactly where he's at. He's back here somewhere in the middle of the pack. Let me pull some up so I can see how many laps we got left here. So we're 10 laps into this race right now. We'll scroll through here a little bit. We get a view from KD as he's working his way up through the all-time BCRL race leader. KD having to start kind of deep in this field, trying to work his way through here. It looks like he might be up in about 6th or 7th right now. I look up at his screen. He's in that 7th position. So we'll see if we can get back to the front here. Some good racing all the way throughout the field. Dylan, newcomer to BCRL, also running here. You can see him right there in front of Wampus. We'll get back to the front. We've got to scroll through everybody just to get back to the front. Here we are with Brap. Brap still leading this race. He should led it from the start. He's still holding on. 13 laps into this race. Johnny there in second. It looks like we lost Badge out of this race. And it looks like it's still your top 4 is going to be Brap, Johnny, Goonies, and, oh, excuse me, up top and then Goonies. And then it looks like Hunter's still holding that 5th position. I think I can see back there that might be Hype. Hype now has worked his way up into 6th, trying to run these top 5 down as well. 15 laps down, 25 to go. We still have Brap leading this race with Johnny right behind him. Brap's doing a good job of holding that bottom. I don't think Johnny's going to make his way around the top up here, so he's going to have to find a way around the bottom. Either put a little pressure on Brap, make him make a mistake, maybe throw some Twizzlers at him, see if he's hungry and he moves out of the way. We'll scroll back through here for a little bit. Here's a little shot of Moldy and Dylan racing action back here in the middle of the pack. Hunter is still up in that 5th position. Good showing here for Hunter in his first BCRL race, running in the top 5 right now. Hunter and Hype back there in 6th. Here's a shot from Wampus. He's back here in 12th, trying to get around Whiteboard for that 11th position, trying to get a nose up underneath. He's going to do it right there. He's going to get a little run off the corner to try to get by Whiteboard for that 11th spot. Where we got KD here still running 6th. He's in 7th, I mean, sorry. He's trying to run down Hype in that 6th position. Hype there running 6th. He's trying to run down the top 5 to see what he can do. Here's a shot of Bike back here. I'm not sure where he's at. Looks like he's running about 10th or 11th back there right now. We're halfway through, 21 laps down, or 20 laps down, 20 to go. I guess if it's 40 laps and 20 is half, then there's 20 more after that. We'll get back up here on the front. Let's see if we can go to the big feed here for you. Brap and Johnny. Johnny's trying to get a nose up underneath him. Real clean race here right now. He's trying to get a nose up underneath him without really moving him. Perhaps holding that bottom down, doing a really good job of holding that bottom line. One thing is really easy to make a mistake here at Jacobs is if you catch that inside berm just a little bit, it really upsets the car and slows it down and really give a guy behind you a shot to get underneath of you coming off the corner. But Brap doing a really good job of holding that bottom line, not really giving Johnny anywhere to go here. Johnny with a good run down there going into turn number 3 as they come off the corner and now go down the front straightaway here for 24th lap. But they're still running side by side. I think Johnny might have got enough underneath them to make Brap move up the track, and he's going to do it. Brap's going to have to move up just a little bit. See if he can follow back in and behind him, not give up another spot to up top. But he's going to get back up underneath Johnny here. They're side by side now at lap number. Let's see if I can see where the heck they are, if I can get their feet up here. So we'll go back over to the quad screen real quick so we can kind of see all the action that's going on. And it looks like Brap got back up underneath Johnny just enough to make him hold up the top of the racetrack, and Brap's going to work his way back to the lead after losing it for a couple laps. In the meantime, it looks like it's going to force Johnny to stay up there on the top, and they'll see if Up Top can follow through as well. Up Top now fighting for the lead right here, so it's Brap, Johnny, Up Top, and Goonies, the top 4. You could throw a blanket over these guys here right now as we got 12 laps left to go. We're on the 28th lap. Good side-by-side racing right here. They just start that 29th lap right now. Top 4 cars all over each other. Johnny with a good dive down to the bottom. He really had that top working well enough where he could dive down to the bottom there in front of Brap and take that lead back over. But Brap fighting back on the bottom. Johnny, Brap, Up Top, and Goonies here. We're putting on a good show for this top 4 spots. We'll pull this up on the big screen right now. I should have probably had it up there earlier. The fighting back and forth. We got 10 laps left to go. 30 laps into this 40-lap show. Here at Jacobs County, this 1/3 mile. Jacobs County is pretty tight. You can see that bottom groove is definitely dominant. Nobody's really making the top work good enough to pass anybody, but Johnny was able to make that top work enough to get back down in front of Brap and retake that lead. Johnny catches the wall there just a little bit. Is that going to slow him down enough? It doesn't look like it. Looks like Brap's not going to be able to make anything happen there. Still a good race here with your top 4. They're coming up on some lap traffic. Let's see if we can switch back over to the quad screen. We can kind of see here in front of Brap down here in the top right-hand corner. You can see Johnny in some lap traffic about half a straightaway ahead. Let's see if that's going to come a factor here at the end. Some really good, tight racing here. Johnny still leading this race with Brap in 2nd. Up Top and Goonies, your top 4. I think Hunter's back there still holding 5th. I'd scroll through the field here a little bit, but they've got 5 laps left to go, and these guys are going at it hard. Brap dives back up underneath them, backs off just a little bit. I think the only chance he had there was to move Johnny. He backed off instead of putting the door to him and moving him up the racetrack. Some good fight going here, good clean racing. I think I saw Goonies hit the wall back there in 4th, but Up Top now. Up Top looking up underneath Brap right now. Sorry, stuttered there a little bit. Let's see if Up Top can make a run going down the corner. He's not going to be able to do it, I don't think, and he's right tight right up underneath Brap there for that 2nd spot. We've got 3 laps left to go. Let's see here. I need to pull up a different feeder real fast if I can see it. There we go. So we'll pull up. There we go. We got 2 laps left to go. They're coming around off of turn number 4 here for the 39th lap. 2 laps left to go. They're holding up the double sticks for him right now, and it's still Johnny out in front of this. Brap, Up Top, and Goonie still your top 4. We'll jump over to the big screen here for the... Oh, it looks like we got Up Top getting underneath Brap there for 2nd. Brapp going to get back to third. Brapp kind of noses it back up underneath up top again. They make a little bit of contact coming off of turn number 2 there on the last lap. That's going to let Goonies going to get up underneath the up top as well. So we're going to come to the finish line, and it's going to be Johnny taking the win. Brapp, Goonies up top, your top 4. Hunter coming home in 5th. A good finish there for Hunter there in his first race with the BCRL. So Johnny, Brapp, Goonies up top, your top 4. Hunter in 5th. Hype in 6th. KD 7th. Dylan coming home in 8th after. Where Dylan's? Dylan started out towards the back. Dylan started back in that 14th position, made his way to 6th. Really good finish. Really good finish there for Dylan. Moldy with a really good run. Up in that 9th position. Where did Moldy start at? He started in 5th, so he held on to the 9th. He kind of fell back a little bit, but it was a good job holding on to that 5th position. Or 9th position, sorry. White Boy in 10th. And we'll look over at the rest of the field. So Wampus going to come home in 11th. J-Bro 12th. Nova 13th. Wade 14th. Bike 15th. Kiwi, Hucky, and Badge going to round out the top 19 there. Let's see here. All right, so I gotta get some pictures here of this finish there before I screw this up and lose them. All right, so we gotta get these results posted up here for catch a little breath there. Good race going on up front. All right, I got you, brother. I'm listening. So a really good race there from Johnny. Brapp up top and Goonies. Good fight there for that top 4. On a track that's really bottom dominant. We're going to get ready to start this super main event. Appreciate you being here. So luck of the draw is going to give Johnny the pole in the supers as well. So he's got a good chance to go 2 for 2 tonight. Outside the front row is going to be Kiwi. Let me get a little drink here before we get going a little bit more. Where are we at here? Let me get back over my studio here real fast. We'll jump over to the studio. No point in watching that screen. All right, sorry about that. So we're going to jump over here. We're going to show you the lineup. Let's see if I can. There we go. Whoa, that's way too big. There we go. All right, there's going to be your feature lineup here on the right-hand side of the screen. Johnny on the pole. Kiwi outside the front row. Wampus and Bike going to fill up row number 2. Jay and Hype in row number 3. Brapp starting in the 7th spot. He just missed the redraw by a spot earlier. And he's going to start 7th in this feature. Up top and Brapp going at it pretty hard there in that UMP race. So hopefully there's not any animosity and they can have a good run here in the supers. Brapp and up top in row number 4. Moldy Dylan going to fill up row number 5. Starting in 11th place is going to be Goonies. Goonies, we're talking about not even running the supers, but looks like he had a good run in his heat, so he's going to start 11th here in the feature. Hunter with a good showing there at 5th place there in the UMPs. He's starting in 12th. Katie White Boy in row number 7. Inside of row number 8 is going to be Rusted Nova and Wade. And then in the back row by himself is going to be Hucky starting 17th. Badge, it looks like he had some mechanical failures and dropped out for the night, so Hucky's going to be back there in that 17th spot in row number 9. All right, so we'll jump over here. Let's see. We'll see if we can get some other streams going up here. Sorry about that. Let's we'll get back to the studio for you. So this is night number 1 of season 12 for BCRL. Johnny jumps in and adds himself another win. Let me see how many wins is that. Let me see. Johnny's been in with us for a couple of seasons now. And let's see. That's going to make win number... Get my sheet loaded up here. I think that's going to be win number 8. So that's going to be BCRL win number 8 for Johnny. And let me see here if I can see over in the UMP modifieds. Let's see. He has taken out of those 8 wins. That's going to be his 4th win in the UMPs. So nice run there by Johnny, adding to his win total here in the BCRL. Let's see if we can get some more lobbies set up here for you, so we can get another feed set up. Let's see. Let's see who's starting where. We'll see if we can. How we got Wamp? Who are we gonna have? We're gonna have Wampus. We'll have a good feel. We'll have a good. We have Wampus, Brap, and Rusted will be our views here for again tonight. So we'll jump back and forth like we did earlier and kind of give you big screen and quad screen back and forth as we're getting loaded up. We'll see if Johnny can make it 2 for tonight. Starting on the pole of the Supers, I think that's a good place to be. But that top group can be pretty good here in the Super, so you can make the top and the bottom work. Just can you get make enough run on the top to get by somebody? We're going to find out here, see what Kiwi can do with it. So let's see, we'll get loaded up. We got way too many screens going here in front of us, so that's why you're seeing us look up and down and all over the place here. Just getting ready to start the super main event. Let's pull this lineup back up here again so we can see where it's at. So we've got Goonies finished. Where did he finish in that last race? I think he ended up second. So Goonies coming home second in the UMP race earlier. He's going to start way back in the, where's he at here? Starting the 11th position here for the Supers. Let's see if he can make his way up to the front. Couple newcomers to the BCRL this year with Dylan. He's going to start in 10th. And who else was in there? I'm looking at some names here. Hunter had a good run there in his first outing with us, so he's starting 12th in this outside of row number 6 back here in the middle of the pack. So newcomers to the league kind of have to start back in the middle of this one. Didn't have a really good showing in the heat races, so. But as we get going here, we've got, see if we get a first-time winner tonight. I think Kiwi starting outside that front row. I don't think he has a BCRL win. He's ran quite a few races with us off and on, but I don't think he's claimed to win yet. So we might see a first-time winner there if he can make that top line work and stay up there. Johnny now with his 8th win, as we said earlier. Wampa starting inside of row 2. Has claimed 22 feature wins here with the BCRL. Bike's claimed a couple of wins himself. I probably have to get the right number on here. He's going to watch us later and give me hell for it. Bike with 3 wins here in the BCRL. He's starting outside of row number 2. Jay and Hype also multiple time winners. Jay with 45 feature wins here in the BCRL. Hype with 32 as they're going to fill up row number 3. So looks like we got our lineup about ready to go. We've got 16 drivers in here for this race. 17 in here with Hucky filling it in. And we're going to get going here real quick. 8 seconds left to go, so we'll get loaded in here with them as soon as they load up. All right, so they're loading in there. We'll load in there with them. We'll jump over to the main feed here real quick for you. There we go. All right, so we're looking at different screens here. We're getting loaded up in here right now. We're going to get the big screen going for you. So you can get a good start. So we got Johnny on the pole, Kiwi outside Wampa's Bike, going to be first couple of rows. We'll get a good view here from the front. Let's see if Kiwi can make that top work. Johnny with a good jump on the bottom, a little bit more traction down there, and he's going to take an early lead. Kiwi with a good run off the top of turn number 2. They make a little bit of contact down the back straightaway, but Kiwi Kiwi into the wall there in turn number 3, but he gets a good run off. And they're still side by side. Sometimes when I see him hitting the wall, it's not really what happens because of the lag in this game. Oh, Johnny takes a slide right up in front of Kiwi, blocks that top line for him. And they're going to let Bike get up underneath Kiwi there for a second, but Kiwi gets back down to the bottom. And let's see if he can make a run here at Johnny. We'll get back here. I like this kind of view right here, so we'll do. It looks like we got Johnny, Kiwi, and Bike, your top 3 right now. And it looks like that might be Wampus holding to that 4th position. Let's see if Kiwi can do anything with Johnny or see if he can stop Johnny from sweeping the night. We'll jump over to the quad screen here for you real quick, and we can get views from. We'll have, I think this is Wampus down here on the bottom left. We'll keep Brap up here in the top right in 6th. He's fighting here with I'm not sure that 22 car. I think that's Moldy right now, so it's going to be brapping it down the bottom right. We got Rusted coming from the back. He's in 16th right now. But we jump back up to this fight for the lead, and it's Johnny and Kiwi going at it. Kind of settled in here right now. We're where we got 6 laps in this 40-lap event, so there's a lot of time to be patient. Kiwi's a really patient driver. I can see him kind of hanging back behind Johnny, just hoping Johnny makes a little mistake, either catches that bottom berm or catches the wall down in straightaway. We'll kind of scroll through the field there while they've kind of settled into single file, and it's Johnny, Kiwi, and Bike kind of settled in the top 3. Wampa's still holding on to 4th here. And who is that right behind him? It looks like that might be Up Top right behind him. Up Top's moved up in about 5th position now. As we look down, and Brapp is now falling back into 7th. So we'll scroll back there a little bit. Here's Bikey's running up in that 3rd spot right behind Kiwi. Jay fighting it out here with Brapp. A little bit of contact there. Brapp gets down underneath Jay right now. And it looks like that might be Goonies right behind him. Goonies was talking about ain't running the supers, but he's got a good run going here. He's up in about, what is he, about 8th or 9th position here right now. So he's kind of making a run from that 11th starting spot where he was at. Good view of all the cars there through the corners. Good shot. Good fight here in mid-pack right now with Brapp, Moldy, Goonies. Good race here with Brapp. I think that might be Moldy. I'm been calling that 22 car Moldy. I think that's who that is. So we'll go back over here and scroll through the field, see if we can get back up towards the front. There's Wade back here, Hucky running back in the back. So we still got Johnny leading us with Kiwi right behind him. Kiwi's not really making up much ground. We got Bike up there trying that top line in that 3rd spot. Doesn't look like he's making up a lot of ground on, but he's giving it a shot. Trying. I mean, you're not going to make up any ground just by following people. You got to try something a little bit different. You see Kiwi jump up to the top up there, see if he can make something work. Good shot of Kiwi. It actually got a little momentum on it. He gained about a car length on Johnny. It looked like they're running that top line. Let's see if he can keep doing that and make up some more ground. Oops, sorry, we'll go back to the quad screen. Johnny settled in. Looks like he's cruising right now to make it a 2 for night. Going to sweep the night here, but Kiwi trying everything he can to make up ground on him there. We look over here at Wampus. Wampus is now falling back to that 6th spot. You can see Brapp right in front of him there in 5th. Shot a Bike here running in the 3rd position. Brapp, and it looks like Goonies going at it right now. I think that's for about, I think that's 7th and 8th right there. J-Boy in that 22 car. Goonies right there behind him as they're trying to catch up to Wampus there and see if they can get by Wampus there for 6th. Jay 7th. Goonies really sideways. They're doing a good job keeping the car off of Jay getting in the corner. Look like he got a much better run in there, but you can kind of see he threw the car sideways to keep it off of him. Good. Let's kind of scroll through the field here, see where everybody's at, see where everybody's running. I wish you told me positions, but we're 22 laps into this. You see Dylan here trying to make his way up through the field. Where Dylan started at? Dylan started back in 10th. So it looks like he's running about where he started at right now from the cars I can see around him. Maybe falling back just a little bit. Really good field of cars here making their way around Jacobs County here tonight in the Supers for BCRL. Night number 1 is season 12. Here's a good shot of Hunter. Newcomer to BCRL, but he's doing a good job. He had a really good job on the UMPs. He's trying to back it up here, but it looks like he's back there fighting. Looks like he's fighting back here for about the 11th or 12th spot right now. We look up here at Katie. Where's Katie at? I had his view up here. Looks like I might have lost it. So Katie's running in 10th. So this is a fight for 10th and 11th right now here with Katie and Wade. We'll get back up here towards the front. And Johnny putting a little more separation on himself and Kiwi. Let's see if we can. There's a good shot. You can see how far Johnny's ahead right now. So he's got about looks like about a 7 or 8 car length lead here on Kiwi. We're 27 laps into the 40 lap show, 13 to go. Shot here from Wampus running back here in 6th. Looking up towards the front, you can see Bike up there in the 3rd. Hype in 4th. Brapp and Wampus, that's going to be the top 6 right now. Good shot from Bike. You can kind of see the groove around here at Jacobs. Kind of up as high down the straightaway as you can and kind of get down to the bottom. You can kind of see that dark stuff down just underneath where Bike's running in at. If you catch that berm down on the bottom, it's really going to slow the car down. Gets it loose And you lose a lot of momentum on it, but bike doing a good job here, hitting that line consistently every lap. Let's see if we can get back there, scroll through, and see if we can find some action somewhere. So it looks like we got Wampus and Jay going at here for 6th and 7th. There's a little bit of a little fight there behind him there with Goonies. And that looks like that might be Hype. So I was saying Hype was running 3rd. I guess I was wrong on that one. Let's see who that is up there in 3rd. Oh, is that Up Top? Am I going to give it? Up Top's in 4th, so I thought that was Hype up there, but it's actually Up Top. Sorry about that, Up Top. So it's Johnny, Kiwi, Bike, and Up Top, your top 4. Brap in 5th, Wampus in 6th, and it looks like Jay's still holding on to that 7th position. I got another screen I can look up at and see Katie and going out of here in 10th, trying to get around Hype for that 9th spot. Katie running that top line, trying to find something. Looks like Goonies right in front of Hype there in 8th. We got 5 laps left to go. We'll see if we can get up here towards the front here a little bit. So we can get a good view here. There we go. And we'll scroll through everybody like we have to. All right, so again, we'll take a shot here from Kiwi. It looks like they're going to run up on some traffic here. See if I can get back to Johnny's car. We'll just kind of watch it here from Kiwi's view. But Johnny, they're in the lead. We're on lap 37. Just started the 37th lap, so we've got 4 laps left to go, 3 laps left to go. Johnny's still up in front. Let's see if we can get up there on him. See, he's getting into some traffic. Let's see what he does here. There we go. Looks like he's coming up on Moldy here in this traffic. I don't hear any chatter in the radio, so hopefully Moldy sees him coming. One thing we like to do at BCRL is kind of communicate to these lap cars so they know you're coming, kind of get out of your way. No, it's not the same as real life racing, but this isn't real life. This is sim racing, so sometimes you got to communicate a little bit so guys know where you are. You can see Johnny trying to get around Moldy here for that lap spot. It's taking him a little bit of time. I think he's scrubbing off some speed there. And that's going to be the finish. It's going to be Johnny taking the win. As I was trying to talk about lap cars, Johnny's going to take the win. And it's going to be... Let's see what we can get here. Wampus, can you scroll up to the... Can you scroll up there for me? Thank you. So we got Johnny with the win, Kiwi in 2nd. Kind of not a lot of action in that race, not near as much as we had in the UMP race. We kind of jumped around trying to cover what we could. But it's going to be Johnny, Kiwi, Bike, your top 3. Good run from Bike, holding that, getting that podium spot. Up top, Brap and Wampus. Wampus, Jay, Goonies, Wade, and Hype going to be your top 10. Let's see. Back in 11th is going to be Katie. Katie struggled to get through this field. Your all-time BCRL leader. He's going to 7th his first race, so it's going to be Katie, Dylan, Hunter, White Boy, Nova, Hucky, and Moldy. Good race here for the first race of BCRL. Johnny taking the sweep tonight, but I think. So we got. Sorry about chuckling. I got a little chat in my ear. Really appreciate you guys joining the stream tonight. Hunter, appreciate the follow, buddy. So Johnny with back-to-back wins tonight picks up win number 8 and win number 9. Career wins for BCRL.
Racing-wise, 2 tracks I was real confident at. Knew I could hit good times, be pretty consistent, and just in the right place at the right time. Life-wise, always follow your dreams. They used to tell me I'd never win a race. Now look at me.
You know we ran the same track both races, right?
Oh, I meant to say 2 different classes.
Oh, gotcha. That's okay. Brap gave you a lot of fits there in that UMP race. Brap had the leader for quite a while.
Oh, yeah.
Didn't want to give up that bottom groove at all, but it looked like you were able to get up a nose up underneath him just enough to move him up.
I just tried to get around him without killing him, and he had the line. I would just, every time he would slip up, I would try to feel best I could, and I don't know if I got into him. I have to watch my stream back, but I don't know what happened. He slid way up the track, and it just kind of opened the door for me.
Yeah, from what we could see, we didn't really see any contact, but unfortunately, you know how things are with this game. Sometimes there's a little bit of lag, a little bit of contact one way or the other. But it looked like some good, clean racing. You who was up there in the front? It was you, Brad, Goonies, and up top 4, just kind of all over each other right there. I don't know if you could really see what was going on behind you, but the 4 of you guys, most of the time, were just, you could throw a blanket over the top 4 most of that race. So good job finding a line underneath Brap, and then you go over to that super race and you get a lucky pill draw after complaining about the draw all night long with the spreadsheet, but you end up on the pole for the supers. What do you want to tell us a little bit about that race?
Well, the supers was just I knew I had to clear Kiwi because the top is not like as fast as the bottom, but that momentum kills here. So I knew if I let him stay beside me, it was going to be a long side by side race.
That was a good plan. He was making that top work at times. He kind of made up a little bit of ground here and there, but then he kind of catch the wall and scrub some speed off, and you were able to kind of hold about a 5, 6, 7 car length lead most of the race on him. He tried everything he could. Bike was back there in third doing the same thing, but neither one could really make up any ground on you. You did a good job holding that bottom. You know, we were telling the viewers that, you know, that berm down there at the bottom of Jacobs, if you catch it just wrong, it really scrubs off the speed, gets the car loose, and you did a really good job of running that bottom line and staying off that berm.
Oh yeah, that berm is dangerous. It knock about half a second off of a lap if you hit it.
Let's see, where are we going to next week? I should know these things before I even start talking here. So next week we got
Lima Land and UMP.
So yeah, UMP, Lima Land,
Texas and Supers.
Yeah, so Lima Land, Texas, and the Supers. How you feel your chances are of those two tracks?
I'm not gonna lie, I love both of them tracks. I'm not gonna say they're like really good, but I'll say it's probably higher than some of the other tracks on the schedule.
Well, we've watched a lot of the races. You know, we did some with the DRSN. We've done some Speed Secret videos we put up on our YouTube channel with GD. I know you run a lot of races with GD, and he runs that top line there at Texas probably better than anyone. Has he taught you anything there?
Oh yeah, he's helped me a lot. He helped me shave about 2/10 off my fastest lap. I went from 10.2s, high ones to about low O's and nines in the supers.
Well, congratulations on both wins tonight. Good way to start off the season, picking up wins number 7 and 8 in the BCRL. And really appreciate you being here.
Oh man, I appreciate.
Go ahead, buddy.
Appreciate the invite. I appreciate the invite here. It's a good racing, good group of guys. I always enjoy it when I'm here.
Do I see Kiwi still on the chat here?
Yeah, mate, I'm still here.
Hey, buddy, how you doing, man? All the way from New Zealand, we got Kiwi here with us tonight. Good running that super race. You were doing everything you could to try to run Johnny down. Did you have anything left there? Did you miss something somewhere? Or did, you know, just kind of. What do you think you could have done differently?
After the start, I knew Johnny had his helmet lid down. I knew he was having a good crack at it. So I sort of conceded a little bit, let the race settle down, tried to get into a rhythm, but I think I conceded too early. I should have just kept some pressure on, at least to the halfway point. But yeah, that's all right. And then once I tried to get back into gear, there was nothing more. I'd settled in, low O's everywhere, you know. So did the best I could. He was on song.
Yeah, we watched you up there. You know, you followed right. You did a good job of getting down to the bottom, kind of about lap 2 or 3, kind of taking that line away from Bike there behind him, kind of, you know, getting settled in there. But I thought you were going to follow Johnny for a few more laps, try to make a mistake. I saw you jump to the top to try to get some momentum, try to find something. It worked a few times there, but it just wasn't enough. Wasn't enough to get up alongside of him.
He was unflappable today. He knew the objective, and well done, Johnny. See what happens next week.
Good job.
You had me nervous the first 3 laps for sure.
Well, good job on that second place run there in the supers. We're gonna go ahead and
thanks.
We're gonna go ahead and check out of the stream for tonight. So I really appreciate everybody being here. With 18 cars show up for our first race here at BCRL. So we'll look forward to next week. Next week we come back with, I just said it earlier, Lima Land with the UMP modifies and Texas with the supers. As far as the DRSN goes, we'll be back on, let's see, we'll be back Sunday night. We're hoping to stream the Nitro Outlaws and the WRS race, so we'll be back Sunday night for that. So really appreciate you dropping in for the stream. Have a good rest of your night, and we'll see you next time.